Hello and welcome to the complete hire equipment WRFL Round 9 preview. Andrew Wilson along with PEPPE CAVALIERI as always. Hello PEPPE.
Hello Willow.
We'll start with Rams Division 1 Caroline Springs taking on Sunshine.
I think Sunshine will be too good, Willow. They've hit their form the last few weeks as well. They've got some players back. Caroline Springs still struggling somewhat for continuity and consistency. So Sunshine for mine too strong.
I agree with that one. Hoppers Crossing taking on Altona. Altona back on top of the ladder this week.
Yeah, they are. Should be a really good game, this one. You give Hoppers a chance on their home deck. You just wonder, I suppose, whether they can kick enough goals to counter Altona. If they win the midfield battle, Hoppers Crossing, it'll go a long way because if they don't get goals out of their midfield, they might struggle, Altona. They can't rely on Patrick Rose and Mitch Turnbull to do the job for them all the time, so they need to get a good amount of goals from their midfield, but I think Altona should win.
Yeah, I think Altona should win, and big game for Hoppers Crossing because Sunshine are coming, and they could be pushing for that fifth spot. Werribee Districts suffered their first loss of the season last week against Deer Park. They have another tough game this week. They're at home to Spotswood.
They do indeed, Willow, and look, this is a game with significant ramifications for both sides. I mean, Werribee Districts, as we've spoken about, they can drop as low as fourth if they lose. Spotswood, conversely, can go as high as second. So, really big game for both teams. Wouldn't expect Werribee Districts to drop two in a row, considering how good they've been so far. This should be a really good game. I'm tipping the Tigers, but only because it's at home.
Yeah, I'm going with the Tigers as well at home. Wyndham Vale coming off a 100-point beating by Altona last week. Could be again as they face Deer Park at home.
It could be another one. Deer Park, they made a statement last week. I think they set themselves for that match against Werribee Districts and they wanted to make a statement. They did. And they're still very much one of the teams to beat. They shouldn't have any issues beating Wyndham Vale this week.
Yeah. And a toss of the coin, next one, St Albans taking on Albion. Who are you picking in that one?
I'm picking St Albans merely because they just haven't quite performed to the level that they should and that they would have hoped. Albion weren't too bad last week. Not too bad. They only lost to Hoppers by 20-odd points, I think it was, in the end. So they'll fancy their chances as well, but a huge game for St Albans. I think they should win. Yeah,
I'll go St Albans as the home team. So that was the Rams Division 1 preview. Now we move on to Division 2, North Footscray. Got belted by Yarraville Seton Eagles last week, take on Manor Lakes, who only managed 7 points last week. So this will be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, North Footscray were pretty disappointing, I think, last week against Yarraville Seton. I know we were expecting a much closer game. They were thrashed, didn't score a goal until almost deep into time on of the third quarter there at Yarraville Oval. So they were really, really well beaten. They need to lick their wounds and fast. The Devils, they should be able to take care of Manor Lakes, but they'll be raring to go as well because they were pretty disappointing as well last week.
Yeah, I'll go North Footscray at home. Point Cook taking on Newport Power, who have been in some good form the past few weeks.
Yeah, they have off the back of Ramadan, so they've been really good. They've started to build some better performances. They're pretty confident, Newport Power. I mean, they have belief in what they're doing, and it's starting to show. They had a really good win last week. I just don't think they quite have the skill, I suppose, to get the job done over Point Cook, who've been excellent. Yeah,
Point Cook for me as well. Parkside take on Yarraville Seton Eagles.
Interesting game at home for the Parkers. You expect them to be competitive. I mean, they're on the cusp of a finals position, sitting in fifth, I think, at the moment. So should be a pretty good contest. Yarraville Seton, though, they proved last week why they're such a fancy for the premiership, and I think they should be able to get the job done in the end.
West Footscray take on Auburn Vale. Auburn Vale's only win against West Footscray in round 2.
Yeah. And it would have been at home, Willow, so it's going to make a big difference that it's a shortened reserve. They play the Oval very well, the Roosters, and they weren't disgraced last week, no question, against Newport Power, who are very hard to beat at home. I think the Roosters might get over the line, but it should be a pretty close game. Yeah,
I'm going to go with Auburn Vale to win this one. Division 3, Glen Orden take on Sunshine Heights. Glen Orden, great performance when they first met, lost by 10 points. Yeah. How do you think they go this week against Sunny Heights?
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if they won, Willow. I mean, they were very good that game. There's a lot to like about them. They haven't been able to put it together enough to clinch 4 points just yet. You sense that if they were to get a win, this might be their moment this weekend. Sunny Heights, though, I just think they're too good a team to drop this one, especially given that they think they're a finals team, and if they are to make finals, they have to keep winning, and they need to start this week.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Sunshine Heights as well. Laverton take on Tarneit. Tarneit just fell short by 1 point against the ladder leaders Wyndham Suns last week.
Yeah, they were very good. A little unlucky not to get the win in the end, obviously. 1 point results, you need a bit of luck to go your way. Laverton, they broke a 3-match losing streak last week, so they were very good against North Sunshine. Certainly deserved it. So they're sitting there. I mean, they're pushing for a final spot as well, Willow. This Division 3 is extremely close, that race for the 4th spot. I think Tarneit, though, just too much class.
Yeah, Tarneit for me as well. And speaking of sides battling for that 4th spot, North Sunshine, Braybrooke.
Yeah, I think Braybrooke, though, Willow, I think they've been very good. They were excellent last week again. They are in that 4th spot and they'll want to defend it.
Yeah, Braybrooke for me as well. And the final game in Division 3 is Wyndham Suns taking on Point Cook Centrals. This is our match of the day on 88.9 Win FM. Tune in from 1:30 for all of the action. Who's going to win this blockbuster?
It's going to be a terrific game. I am leaning towards Wyndham Suns just because it's at home. It was very close last time they played. I think only 4 points separated the two sides. Wyndham Suns coming off a really good hit out last week against Tarneit. Point Cook Centrals played GLEN ORDEN, so perhaps not as much resistance. I think we might find out in the first quarter whether that has an impact. I think Point Cook Centrals won't like to admit that that might be a reason if they do get off to a slow start, but sometimes that can happen. I think it's going to be a really good game, Will. I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to seeing Point Cook Centrals. Haven't seen the Sharks since last year. They've grown a lot more experience now. They're playing some great footy, but I think the Suns in a close one.
Yeah, I'm picking the Suns as well. This has been the complete Hire Equipment WRFL Round 9 preview. Good luck to your side this week.